service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top of your CNC local page. Hundreds of people came through the Gates Town Hall Monday night taking a look at the recommended plan for rebuilding the interchanges between Interstates 490 and 390 and Lyle Avenue in the town of Gates. This will be the biggest Rochester area highway project since the New York State Department of Transportation rebuilt the Can of Worms on the east side back in the 1980s. The junction between I-490, 390, and Lyle Avenue handles 200,000 vehicles every weekday. It's the critical link between the west side suburbs and downtown Rochester. Rebuilding will be a $140 million project lasting 4 years. The consensus of the public, highway engineers, and elected officials who looked over the plans is the job needs to be done, and it will be a pain for commuters despite everyone's best efforts to help drivers get through the construction. Gates Supervisor Mark Assini said maintaining traffic safety is his biggest concern, but he also worries that funding for the job may not allow the work to go ahead smoothly.
The longer the project takes, the more difficult it is on residents as well as business. It leaves uncertainty for residents about relocation, and it leaves uncertainty for businesses whether they should relocate, invest in a particular property, or leave the town.
Getting to this stage took 2 years of planning, starting with a public meeting also at the Gates Town Hall. At that session, area property owners, residents, business people, and commuters all discussed the heavy traffic and the difficult maneuvers required to change lanes to reach their destinations in the vicinity. DOT project manager Mohan Rao says key to making this interchange work with today's traffic volumes is to get rid of the weave.
As you said, massive project, $140 million, many years of planning. How long is it going to take, and how dependent is that on how much funding you can get?
It is very critical upon funding. When you talk about a project of this magnitude, funding is always a primary concern. At this stage, we have funding in place for replacing the Lyle Avenue Bridge, which is roughly about $14 million. This project is broken up into 4 phases. The next 3 phases are not funded yet, but we are anticipating funding so that these projects can move at 2 to 3 years apart.
Project construction will be done in multiple stages over several years. Phase 1, replacement of the Lyle Avenue Bridge over Route 390, is scheduled to begin in 2015. Next, the Buffalo Road and Trolley Boulevard bridges over 390 have to be replaced. The fork has to be added to divert Route 390 southbound traffic to a new 2-lane roadway through the interchange, and then to reduce the northbound weaving maneuvers on 390 between 490 and Lyle Avenue, they'll build a direct connection for 390 northbound traffic to get off onto Lyle Avenue. And as we said, all this starts in 2015. The funding for the first bridge project is already in place. 500 bicyclists on a mission rode through Monroe County along the Erie Canal Way Trail on Monday. They're taking part in the 14th annual Cycling the Erie Canal Bike Tour. This is an 8-day, 400-mile ride along the entire length of the canal from its end at Tonawanda to its start outside Albany. The riders this year range from 6 to 88 years old. They come from 36 states and 4 foreign countries. They cover 40 to 60 miles per day, stopping at campsites overnight. They started Monday in Medina and finished in Pittsford, which is 53 miles. We met some of them in Genesee Valley Park, where Susan Suhan of Seneca Falls told us this trip has been on her bucket list.
Great people. We have met people from all over the country. You kind of just talk to people as you ride along. Everybody's very chit-chatty, and the weather's been incredible. So it's really been fine. Woke up this morning with no aches and pains, so that's always a plus. Could walk. So
who could ask for
good.
more, right?
You can't ask for more. It's been wonderful.
Suhan, who describes herself as closer to 70 than 60, is making the ride with fellow Seneca Falls resident Gretchen Koch. The group Trails New York uses this ride to promote the state's trail system and canal-related tourism. The bike ride reaches Canajoharie Friday evening and then Albany on Sunday. Governor Andrew Cuomo has signed New York's anti-cyberbullying legislation into law. It takes effect a year from now. The governor says this will help protect students from cyberbullying as well as other forms of harassment, bullying, and discrimination. The new law requires schools to document, investigate, intervene, and report on incidents of bullying, and it requires schools to take action when students experience harassment. It seeks to make sure school districts take immediate steps to end harmful behavior, prevent recurrences, and ensure the safety of the targeted students. The new law also establishes improved training to help teachers and administrators better prevent and respond to bullying and other harmful acts. The auction of Kodak's digital imaging patents will take place August 8th in a Manhattan law office, according to an order filed by the federal judge handling Kodak's bankruptcy case. Judge Alan Gropper of the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York ruled that interested bidders must file preliminary bids by July 16th, firm bids by 5 p.m. on July 30th. The actual auction is set for the afternoon of August 8th at the offices of Kodak's lawyers. The winning bid is to be announced by August 13th at 5 p.m. and confirmed in a hearing before Judge Gropper not later than the afternoon of August 20th. Kodak won the okay from the court last week to go ahead with the sale of its patent library. The company hopes the money will pull it out of bankruptcy. Monroe County Legislator Vinny Esposito of Irondequoit says he is stepping down from his seat to take a job with the Cuomo administration. Esposito says on his Facebook page that he'll be serving as Governor Andrew Cuomo's Deputy Regional Director of the Finger Lakes Office for Empire State Development. His job will be to expand business opportunities across the Rochester region, and he is resigning from his county legislature seat as of July 20th. And former Gates-Chili High School basketball coach Monty Noden was about to go on trial Monday when he accepted a plea deal in state Supreme Court. Noden, who's 39, was charged with having sex with a girl under the age of 17. The alleged victim was a student at Gates-Chili. Noden admitted to third-degree rape and to having sex with the girl during a movie at the Tinseltown Theater on Buffalo Road. In pleading guilty, he agreed to accept a term of 1.5 to 4 years in state prison when he is sentenced on August 15th. On this page, you can find links to these and other stories. At the bottom, links you can use to post your own news updates, sports, and salutes directly to us. Next news as it happens, updates when necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.